Firstly, I want to congratulate Jalen Hurts on that deal, and him getting what he wanted or what his team wanted. I had to get that out the way because I don't want people to misinterpret this as if I'm trying to like hate on Jalen or anything like that. But because of this Jalen Hurts deal, obviously, because of the Lamar situation, people are still tying it back to Lamar and saying, well, you see, the Ravens offered a good deal, or some people are saying the Ravens offered a bad deal. Some people are saying it hurt Lamar, it helps him. Again, it's just like it's been the whole offseason, just like it's been the past 2 years. It's been just a lot of perspectives, but from my stance, I don't really think these situations should be compared because on so many levels, I just think the situation Jalen's in and the situation Lamar's in is different on many levels. And it's different from many angles. Of course, people are gonna bring up that Jalen Hurts has an agent and Lamar does not. And that I do think that does play a role because I do believe that with a lot of these billionaires, with a lot of these organizations, they want to keep that system that system running of agents who want to milk these players and make a bunch of money off them and they're trying to lock. I do think part of it is they want to lock Lamar out from a certain level, a certain amount of money. They want to try to block him out because of the fact that if a guy as popular, polarizing, and influential as Lamar can manage to duplicate a Deshaun type of deal or something close, I think that alone could set a crazy ripple effect into the NFL. But still, in general, there's many other aspects to why I don't think people should compare Jalen and Lamar situation. It's apples and oranges. And part of the reason I don't think they should compare it is because for many of these people who are trying to compare it, they're trying to compare it from a standpoint of saying that, oh, Jalen deserves more money and Jalen's a better quarterback, which is it's just not true. One thing people got to understand is take away your recency bias. The fact of the matter is Jalen Hurts so far has had one good season. You have to you got to take away your recency bias. Jalen Hurts is only coming off of one good season. He had a bad rookie year, a decent but underwhelming sophomore year, and his third year has been his breakout year, which is cool, but let's not sit here and try to disrespect Lamar and downplay Lamar's career up until this point and try to act as if Jalen deserves more because mostly what people are basing it off is because of the fact that Jalen and the Eagles went to the Super Bowl, which obviously that's great. That's a big accomplishment. But now y'all trying to say Jalen Hurts is automatically better than Lamar just because he made it there. I don't think like that doesn't make sense to me. Like at the end of the day, you're not giving out participation trophies, man. If you're not willing to give credit to Burrow for making it and losing, I don't think Jalen should get props or be placed over a guy like Lamar because he made it, especially when you put things into its proper context and you understand that Jalen Hurts is on a stacked team that not only is he on a stacked team that's better than the Ravens offensively, but also he's in a weaker division and a weaker conference. Like, dude, if we were in the NFC, we would body the NFC. Like the NFC is clearly weak. It's top heavy. The only real threats in the NFC are like the Eagles and the Niners. Outside of that, who are you really scared of, man? We would destroy the NFC. So I do think that's something people also have to take into account is he had an easier road by default. He's playing in a weak division and a weak conference. Whereas for Lamar's whole career, he's been playing against people like Pat Mahomes and Joe Burrow. You know, all these people and all these, not only all these star quarterbacks, but just in general, all these teams in the AFC that on top of having star quarterbacks, they're also stacked. You're comparing apples and oranges because Jalen Hurts was in a much more beneficial situation that was easier to thrive. Like Lamar's record against the NFC is 15-1. That's why I'm saying, like, if we were in the NFC, it wouldn't even be close, man. We would easily have a dynasty already. Even with Greg Roman being a bum, we still could have probably dominated the NFC. But also, another thing that's interesting to me is, and this is why I say people got to step back, remove the recency bias, and look at Lamar and Jalen's bodies of work in totality. When you step back, Jalen Hurts only has one more playoff win than Lamar Jackson. I don't think nobody's acknowledging that right now. Lamar's 1-3, Jalen Hurts 2-2. There is literally only one game that separates them. But in the case of Lamar, now granted, Jalen, the 2 games he won, it got them to the Super Bowl, obviously, so it was a big deal to win those 2. But again, still, you're not talking about a Mahomes who obviously has significantly more wins in the playoffs. You're talking about a guy who literally only has one more. But people are acting as if Jalen has already surpassed Lamar, and this contract indicates that Lamar shouldn't stand his ground and ask for whatever he's asking for, because Jalen, he went to the Super Bowl this year, and so that magically overshadows who Lamar is and what Lamar provides. Like, at the end of the day, Jalen Hurts' record so far is 23-11. Lamar's 45-16. Jalen Hurts' career completion percentage is around 62.3%. Lamar's is 63.7%. Jalen Hurts, he has made a Pro Bowl, and he did come close to winning MVP, but he did not win. Whereas Lamar, he's a 2-time Pro Bowler, All-Pro player, and a unanimous MVP. And that's while playing on a team that, in my opinion, has actually limited his real potential, because they kept Greg Roman way longer than they should have. They kept that athletic trainer, Steve Saunders, longer than they should have, who kept overworking people and getting people injured and all that. And he still balled out. And Jalen Hurts, this season obviously was Jalen Hurts' best season so far. He has about roughly 4,400 yards combined and about like 35 total touchdowns. That's good, obviously. But again, in Lamar's MVP season, Lamar had about 4,300 total yards and 43 total touchdowns. And he also led the league in passing touchdowns. And mind you, that was in a year where for many of those fourth quarters, Lamar didn't even play, because we were up by like 20 points. They were just sitting Lamar out for the rest of the game. So imagine what Lamar's stat line would have actually looked like if he actually played all the games through during that season. Lamar could have messed around and finished the year with like at least 3,500 yards passing and like 1,500 yards rushing. And I'm just bringing that up to make the point that we haven't even seen peak Lamar yet, but already what we've seen from Lamar is much greater than what we've seen from Jalen Hurts so far. And with all due respect to Jalen Hurts, I think that we've seen the peak of what he's going to be. Doesn't mean he can't improve and refine his game over time and get better and even, who knows, even make another Super Bowl. I'm not saying that can't happen, but I think this current form of the team is the peak potential of what he could be. And it's just weird seeing so many people like the Bobby Trossets of the world, like going so hard off of speculation. Because again, we have to keep in mind, that's another reason why it's apples and oranges, because we don't even know if their situations are the same, because again, We don't know what Lamar is looking for. All this talk everybody's going into is speculation. That's why when you got people like the Bobby Trossets of the world talking with such he's talking with such like anger and resentment in his voice whenever he brings up Lamar's contract and assuming Lamar wants X, Y, and Z when there's yet to be concrete proof saying Lamar wants X, Y, and Z. We still don't know if Lamar wants 230 or if he wants a fully guaranteed deal. We still don't know. But people are just taking it off of face value because of what? Because some media puppets like Schefter and Rappaport are telling y'all that they allegedly got it from sources. I don't respect that. It's 2023. It's 2023. I ain't trying to hear you talk about, oh, my sources. Nah, man, stand on it. Say who it is. I have some issues with the way Stephen A. Smith operates sometimes, but guess what? I could respect how a couple weeks ago, or a month or two ago, whatever, he came out and even though it's still speculation, we don't know if it's right, true or not, he claims that Lamar's camp, he didn't say sources. He just straight up said, hey, Lamar's camp contacted me directly and says that they never asked for a fully guaranteed deal. But with all these media reporters, they're spreading all these ideas and we don't know. But yet you got people getting angry and emotional off of a deal that we don't know anything about. To this day, we still don't know what exactly Lamar's looking for. And we'll find out soon. I think we'll find out soon. Because I do think now that we did the OBJ move, I do personally believe now that I think things are back in the right direction. I do believe we're going to probably sign Lamar before July. I'm just waiting to see. I had to go on that quick tangent real quick because it's weird seeing guys like that like talk so like when you hear Trossett talk, like he talks so like there's so much anger and disdain and resentment in his voice when he's talking about Lamar's contract, and he keeps trying to like many other people in the media, he keeps trying to emphasize, oh, just because the Browns made a dumb deal don't mean they have to, and no player deserves that. Listen, dog, I don't know who he thinks he is. Like, bro, I don't know who you think you are. Your opinion on what players don't do or don't deserve is irrelevant. At the end of the day, y'all are saying Lamar's taking this personal when clearly you're the ones that are actually taking it personal, man. At the end of the day, it's business. Lamar wants his money. Will he get it? I don't know. He may get what he's looking for. He may settle for less. I don't know. He may get more. Who knows? I don't know. But regardless, hey, he's gonna be a millionaire either way. So I don't know why people are in such a rush. Not. Let me rephrase that. I don't know why people are so pressed about the contract situation. Like at the end of the day, it's not our business. And also, this narrative that these media people keep putting out, saying that the Browns deal was an outlier. That's again first of all that's dead on arrival. That's cap. That is 100% cap, dog. At the end of the day, Kirk Cousins got a fully guaranteed deal years ago. It's not an outlier. It's simply not. Number one. Number two, whether y'all want to accept it or not, a future where superstar players get fully guaranteed deals, that's coming, man. Even if it doesn't happen for Lamar or Burrow or Hurts or whoever, even if it don't happen for them, it's coming sooner or later. I'm not saying every player is going to get fully guaranteed deals, but sooner or later, you're going to start seeing, it's going to start to become normal to see superstars get big deals guaranteed. It's going to happen. At the end of the day, we just got to kick back and just relax, wait and see how things go. Maybe Lamar signs this week, maybe after the draft. I don't know. Maybe he plays on the tag. I don't know. But let me know what your thoughts are. Do you think that people should compare Jalen Hurts and Lamar's deal to each other? Do you think that they're not really comparable situations? Do you think Jalen deserves more? Do you think Lamar deserves more? And do you believe the the allegations that the media has put out about how much Lamar has gotten? Do you believe any of them? Because it's been like 30 reports. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below.